What's up, fight fans? Welcome to Mr. Mustache MMA News. Before we get into the video, please hit the subscribe button. And if you enjoy the video when it's done, hit the like button. You guys will be getting plenty of content. My goal is to get more eyes to the sport of MMA, the UFC, Bellator, ONE FC, all that good shit. That's my goal. And so if you guys want to get that type of content, my channel, I hope, will be the right thing for you. Moving forward, UFC 270, we're going to have Francis Ngannou going against Ciryl Gane for the heavyweight strap. In the main event, very fucking exciting. Francis Ngannou is trying to make his first heavyweight title defense. And also, Ciryl Gane is trying to unify his belt with the unified belt. Unify the belt. Because he is the current interim champion after his second or third round defeat of Derek Lewis just a few months back. Very exciting matchup. Two guys, former training partners. Seems to be a lot of bad blood. Francis left his former gym in France, and now Ciryl is basically his ex-head coach's new protege that he's brought in to take out his ex-protege. So it's very interesting to see all the drama that's playing out. Francis, 35 years old, so Cyryl's got the youth on him. I think Cyryl's 31 years old. A lot of the big plot points that I think Francis has, we're just going to get right into this. Francis, I think, has the power. I think he has the experience being under the bright lights, already experiencing all those heavyweight bouts against Stipe before and all those other, Cain Velasquez, Junior Dos Santos. He really did fight the who's who coming up to where he's at right now in this moment. So I give him the experience edge here over Cyryl's youth and athleticism. I think Ciryl has the athleticism, he has the youth, he has the diverse striking, where I think Francis, he's a little bit more one-dimensional in his striking, more of a boxing base. Takedown defense, once it gets to the ground, I think his ground and pound has improved tremendously under Eric Nixick at Extreme Couture. This is very exciting, guys. There's all this drama going back and forth between Francis and his old coach. I don't really want to get into the drama. I really want to focus more on the fight, but I really do think it plays a big part in this. Cyryl's just, he's got the confidence, he's got the youth, everybody thinks he's the new dog in the yard, he's ready to take what's his. He hasn't lost in the UFC, and I think that's very important too. He's still undefeated, he's looked very dynamic, he's had a good submission game. Early on in his early couple fights in his UFC career, he had a couple submissions, if I'm not mistaken, against Dontel Mays, and I'm not really sure who else, but I know he had a heel hook, I know that he had a Kimura, I think, on somebody. So that's very exciting to look at. It really has a lot of questions that are going to get answered in this fight. I think if Francis wins, and we can even get into the whole contract dispute too. What's going to happen when Francis wins this fight, or if he even loses? If he loses all the leverage that he can get into the boxing world, but he also loses all the leverage that he would have in the UFC with Dana White, because him and Dana are beefing, and I don't think it's doing Francis any favors, because he has to perform. But what is he going to do if he wins? Is he going to leave? Is he going to stay? Is the UFC going to let him stay and box? Because he did say that the UFC was going to have to let him box in his new upcoming agreement if he were to resign with them. How is he going to do in the boxing world? He's already 35 years old. I don't think he has a professional boxing record. But, it shows that, if Jake Paul alone shows that being in the boxing world in just a few years, if you're good at it, you can get pretty far in it. And Deontay Wilder himself did not train much before he got himself into the Olympics in the heavyweight division. And Francis has been known to have the boxing background, to be this guy who wanted to be a boxer, but his coach told him to do MMA. That's where the money is. That's where you can get it in fast, because he was already a late starter coming in. He is 35 years old. Francis hasn't been in the spotlight that long. I think he's only been a pro maybe 7 years. So this is also just, he has the champion mindset. He has a takedown defense. I think his top game is gonna, if it goes to the ground and he uses his sprawls like he did against Stipe, I think that he could really stop Ciryl. But Ciryl, his footwork, his athleticism, his diverse striking, his confidence. Francis has to get in and stop the movement. That's what he's got to do, because that's what Ciryl does. He goes in there, he touches you up, bam, 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 bam. Next thing you know, it's the third round, you're tired, your face is bloody, and he's just beating your ass. You got no confidence, you can't breathe, the guy's dancing all around you. So this is very, very, very interesting to see. I have Francis. I think the fighter that he has become is almost the perfect heavyweight MMA fighter. That loss to Stipe, he learned such a lesson when it came to his ego, the people he had around him, his wrestling game. I mean, clearly in that second fight, he was fucking ready. He was ready. Eric Nixick does not get enough credit, even though he does get a lot of credit in the MMA world. Eric Nixick, what he has turned Francis into, and a plethora of other fighters. I mean, the guy works just as much as, why am I not thinking of it? The guy over with Justin Gaethje. I can't think about it. Whatever, this video's not about him anyways. Francis Ngannou, I think that he has the experience. I think he's ready for it. He's ready for the bright lights. I think Cyril's confidence, him being with that head coach, I don't think that guy, I think when it comes to all the drama, I think Francis is more right when it comes to what everything was going on behind the scenes, like the UFC trying to set up that weird, awkward walk by that he did. I think it was at UFC 269. That was just weird all around. But, I mean, all in all, Francis, I mean, he's on a 5-fight win streak, all knockouts, basically all in the first round. I mean, he knocked everybody out. I mean, Curtis Blades, 45 seconds. Cain Velasquez, 20 seconds. JDS, 1 minute and 11 seconds. Jairzinho Rosenstruck, 20 seconds. Like, what the fuck? Ciryl Gane, he likes to play with his food. He likes to work. He likes to be technical. He likes to be precise. He likes to be accurate. I'm pretty sure I used all the synonyms I could. I mean, I love to hear what you guys think. Let me know in the comments section. I got Francis. I got him first round knockout. I don't think Ciryl knows what's coming. I think that video that they posted, that sparring video, it's fucking sparring, and it really didn't even look like that much. Ciryl, yeah, was dancing around him doing his thing, but Francis was just like, what the fuck, you know? He already looked like he was tired. We don't know the backstory of that video. They could have put in a fresh Ciryl Gane after Francis just did a hard spar, you know? We don't really know that, so you can only take those types of videos with a grain of salt. It's not like he was getting knocked down when, like that video of Conor and Paulie Malignaggi a few years back. That showed Conor was dominating Paulie, even though apparently Paulie was out of shape and all this and that, blah, 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 blah. There's all these contexts. That's why I'm saying you can only take these videos with a grain of salt. That being said, I think the experience, I think Ciryl hasn't really been tested. He's been against those guys, but they fought his fight, and that's what Francis has to do. Francis has to fight his fight. Francis cannot fight Cyryl's fight. If he does that, he will get dominated, he will get pieced the fuck up, and it won't even be a fight. But I think Francis, he's going to do what he does best, be aggressive, march forward, throw fucking bombs and hammers. I think he's going to get the job done. So please, guys, tell me what you think. Please like, subscribe, hit the little bell. Thank you, fight fans. Mr. Mustache MMA News. Let's fucking go.